Hello guys, here is MCP Beta Tester here again, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a couple redstone contraptions. The first one I'm going to be showing you is a redstone elevator. Now what you're going to need is you're going to need 4 sticky pistons, 4 slime blocks, and a decent amount of obsidian. Now the obsidian is going to be placed in areas that the slime blocks are going to be touching, so it cannot be moved. You're going to place down your 4 pistons, and you're going to place your 4 slime blocks right on top of it. Now what we're going to do is we are going to grab a redstone repeater. We're going to place it right next to it. Get that there. Alright. We're actually going to place 2 right next to each other on them so that it's a longer pulse. Now we're going to go around to the other side. We're going to kind of pull the circuit around. And like I said, you can't have any other kind of block touching that. You're going to have to kind of make sure that nothing is touching it. Now, what you're going to do is you are going to make sure that you're all set around it so that nothing is touching. Real quick. Alright, now that we got that done, we are going to kind of place where we're going to be placing our repeaters. Alright, we're going to bring our redstone around. Alright, you're going to place one at the far end because the other one is already powered. Now, you want to set this one to almost all full ticks on both. The first one you want to set on full ticks. This last one you want to set one on full and one on 2 ticks. Alright, you're going to set that one on full ticks so it's a little bit better on that. Or else you will not get it to retract correctly. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring our last one up, and our last one will be placed and set to no ticks because it should be the first one activated. Now we're going to test it out, make sure it goes up. We're going to break our redstone torch. It goes down. Alright, it works. Now we're going to fill in that. We're going to make sure it works again. Goes all the way up. As you can see, it works perfectly fine. So we're going to build all the way up with obsidian, all the way where the slime blocks are. You don't have to go past it. You can if you want. That's completely up to you. Now we're going to break, make sure nothing sticks. It doesn't. So that will be our ground level. Not our exact ground level, but it's going to be where the sticky piston is. Not sticky piston, the slime block. That right there is going to be our ground level for the bottom. For that, you can make your little area. Now that we got that, we're going to start on our little T flip-flop. Now, a T flip-flop extends a button pulse into a lever pulse. Now, you could just use a lever. Alright, but it's kind of really noticeable and it's not that nice. So I prefer using a T flip-flop. It's actually underground, so it's a lot smaller. So you can notice it, but it's not extremely noticeable unless you are underground. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start on our T flip-flop. Now, on this design, we're going to place one facing towards us. All right. When we get that facing towards us, we're going to place one facing upwards, then one facing towards the other one. Now we're going to place a hopper facing down and a comparator going out and a repeater going out of the comparator. Now we're going to place any kind of item in there, only one, that item. Now that's going to power it. Now what you got to do is you got to find out where you're going to get it to come from. Now this little area is going to be your ground floor. You can make this into like a secret base or whatever you want. It's really up to you. Now what you're going to do is you are going to lead a little piece of redstone from the bottom area. Now it got to be coming from the bottom or else it will not work. So let's lead that up real quick. Now you can make it visible if you want. Me, I really don't like to make it quite visible because I like to have my redstone contraptions a little bit more hidden. I mean, that's just me, but you can really have it however you want. Now, once you get that done, you're gonna place a line of redstone leading up to the top. You're gonna place down a block on top of it, or like I said, you can put that however you want. You're gonna place a button, and as you can see, I activate the button, it drops down. So now we're going to lead up the bottom. Now the bottom is going to be a little bit different because you got to lead it around. So what you do is you just grab it from where it was going and you just pull it, basically. You just pull it directly towards the bottom area. You can place that button wherever you want. Alright, once again. Now we're going to grab our redstone, just lead it all the way up there. We're going to make sure it works. And it does. It goes all the way up, goes all the way down. And that's it for our first contraption. Now our second contraption, we're going to make a 2x2 slime block door. It's seamless, so you can make it up against a wall however you want. And this one's actually really simple. It's quite simple on this one. We're going to have 4 slime blocks. Alright. Now, you need 4 of them for a door. Now, only on one side of the slime blocks you're going to be able to place a block of your choice. So I'd suggest placing it on the outside. On the inside, it really doesn't matter. Alright, now that we got our block of choice down, we are going to place our repeaters down. Let me place these. Now the top one is going to be set to no ticks. The bottom is going to be set to full ticks. You're going to lead up your redstone. We're going to make sure it works real quick. Make sure that it goes up and down. Check one last time, up and down. Alright, we're done there. Now all we got to do is lead up a T flip-flop. See, now it's going to be a little bit easier on this one because it's going to be, well, less visible. Now we're going to be setting our T flip-flop in an angle where we can actually work with this. So in this case, I'm going to set it right about here, I think. It should work right about here. Yeah. So I'm going to place our T flip-flop. I'm going to place one hopper facing that way, one hopper facing up, one hopper facing back towards us, one dropper facing downwards. Now we're going to place one item in there. We're going to break these 3 blocks. We're going to place our block of choice. We are going to place a comparator. heading into a block, or you can put a piece of redstone. It's really up to you, but I like placing a block there. And now that's going to power it. Now all we got to do is cover up where the slime blocks are going to be touching. This is what you actually really need to do to make sure that nothing touches it, because if anything touches it, you can have it stop working real easy. Now, after you get done with that, you want to hook up the T flip-flop. You want to hook up a power source to the bottom of the T flip-flop. Alright, so you want to make sure you know what your ground level is. Alright, we know what the ground level is. We know it can be seamless, or you can have it just as a normal door that looks like a wall. It's really up to you. Now we are going to hook up our T flip-flop. So you want to break the block underneath it. You want to place the block of your choice, and you want to make like a little staircase. Alright, once again, you can place this wherever you want. This is totally up to you. It's completely your choice. Now you're going to lead it down, and we're going to make sure it works. Once we're sure it works, we're going to hook up the other side. Now, this side may be a little bit more difficult to hook up due to it's on the other side of the T flip-flop. Now, once again, you can place the T flip-flop wherever you want. You can place it farther underground, above ground. It's actually completely up to you. Now, you want to grab a half slab on this one, because or else you're not going to be able to get the current to completely extend. Actually, no, you won't have to grab a half slab. You can just lead it up around it, and you just lead it to wherever you're going to place your button. You place your button, make sure it works, make sure it goes down and up, and then you got your little piston door. It's more of a slime block door, but it does work for whatever you want to use it for. So that's it with that contraption. We're going to start with our third contraption, which is a normal piston door. You're going to have a hole in the middle of the piston door. That's like the whole idea of it, is to have something there where you can see through. Now, first, I'm going to be placing one down, alright, on each side. I want to make sure I know where the distance is and everything, because it is going to be a 3x3 piston door. Now, what we want to do is we want to lead it up, place a block on this first piston, get a lever, power it just for a few minutes. We want to have all of them powered for a second. Now, once we know where the ground level of that one is, we're going to place a piston up on it. So right there, it's going to be 3 blocks technically away, just so you have a little hole there. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Make sure it's lined up, place your block, place your piston, place your lever. And we're going to do the same thing in the middle. We're going to break that. Now lead up, lead up, lead up one more, break these, go under, place our sticky piston, place our lever, activate it, place our block. Now that's the kind of hole you're going to have. Now we're going to try to hook everything up real quick. Now, remember, you cannot place redstone on glass, so that's going to be a little bit of a challenge for most people. Now, you want to figure out how you're going to hook it up. You can hook it up however you want, but I suggest you hook it up in a specific manner. Alright. Now you're going to have redstone on top of one piston. Alright. you're going to place a repeater going into that piston, and it going up and into that one. Now, you want to have a repeater there too, so it works right. You want to place a block on top of that, like just like this. You want to place a some redstone dust there. Break the lever, place some redstone dust on top and around and over. Redstone dust going up on that. You want to lead it down. Now you want to make sure this works right. So you want to press the lever, and now you got your little 3x3 door. Now you want to make sure all levers are broken so you know that it works right. Now you can just have it like this if this is what you like. Alright, but it's going to look a little funky. If you know what I mean. I mean, it's not the ideal door. So this is completely actually really up to you. Now you want to adjust your redstone so it works perfectly. Now once you're done adjusting all your redstone, you want to outline it. Because you really don't want the pistons to be showing. Now you want to make sure you got your redstone adjusted still. See, the design I had would not have worked. And remember, you cannot, whatever you do, place this first area leading into a block with a redstone torch on it. Because if you do, you'll have a little design error which will make half of them be up at one time and half of them be down, which is a pretty cool idea. I mean, I admit that is actually really cool. But you really don't want it to happen like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to put a redstone dust there, and you're going to lead it around a little. So you're going to put a block up like that, and you're going to need a half slab of your block of choice. You're going to place your half slab up there, and you're going to lead it back up and around. That's going to power the rest of them. You want to make sure it works. It works. Now, if you want to do it a little bit better to make it look like a actual piston door, what you can do is you can lead it around. So what we're going to do here is we're going to place a little stone pressure plate to make sure it works with that. Alright, we got it working a little bit. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to make these ones, because these ones retract a little bit. Alright, once we're done with making them retract, we're going to first break these. Alright, we're going to place some pistons underneath them. You want to make sure you get it just right. Now you want to place your block of choice on top of them. Once you get your block of choice there, what you're going to do is you're going to go back up to the top. You're going to break it. Now you are going to mess up some of the redstone of the original design. Now this is just if you do not like the other one. Now what you're going to do is you're going to place it equal with the first one that you placed. Now you're going to go around and you're going to hook it up. See, some of the design will not work correctly like it should. So you're just going to have to work around that, as I'll show you in a second. Alright, you see that works decent. Alright, but we're going to have some of the contraption not completely extending, like half the side. Alright, you got to remember I haven't hooked up the bottom ones yet. Now we're going to go back up to the top, and we're going to fix this little issue. So we're going to break that one. Alright, now we're going to place 2 blocks of our choice there. What we're going to do is we're going to place a repeater heading into a piece of redstone. Now we're going to place a block on top of that piece of redstone so it don't create a loop. We're going to make sure it works. Those 2 work. Now we got to connect our 2 bottom pistons, which is fairly easy to connect. We just got to place a repeater there, and a redstone dust. And after that, it should be working perfectly fine. Now, all we got to do after this one is this one you could use a T flip-flop on, but me personally, I like it so it closes automatically. So I'm going to lead a small line out. Alright, now we're going to hook it up from one side first. We're going to place a repeater there. Now, first, your design may not completely work right. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to figure out how it's going to completely work without any issues. Now, when you're done placing that, you're going to want to place one redstone torch on a block. Behind that redstone torch, you're going to want to make where your pressure plate's going to be, and underneath that, you're going to have a redstone dust, one piece. That's it. Now you see how that closes, but it does not. It opens, but it does not close exactly in time. So we're going to lead this around. All right, we're going to place that there, there, and there. Now we're going to have one redstone repeater set to full ticks, another set to full ticks. You can place a piece of redstone here or a block. I prefer placing a block once again. Now, we're going to check if it works. It works. Check if we got enough time. Definitely got enough time. So now we're going to place our ground level of the other one, on the other side. We are going to make sure it works correctly. So what we're going to do is we are going to place our blocks on how they should be. So we need to power that piece of redstone there. So what we're going to do is we're going to lead around it. And we are going to kind of try to get power into that one block, and that will power the redstone. So what we need to do is we need to place a redstone repeater there. Now you can make this delayed, you don't have to. We're going to make sure if we put a redstone dust here, it works. Now this most likely will not work due to the fact of redstone dust sometimes can power a block, sometimes can't. Now we're going to lead that away, and we're going to lead that to wherever we're going to have our pressure plates. Now we're going to place our block of choice down, and we're going to lead our redstone up to it. Now we're going to place our pressure plate. We're going to see if it works, and it does. So that is going to make up this one. Now you want to fill in these little areas, or else when it opens, it's going to look a little ugly, and no one wants it to look ugly. I mean, you just made an awesome piston contraption. You want it to look cool. So that is going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please leave a like and subscribe. You do not have to subscribe, but I